Rockin', man. I gotta say, I really like the flow under read strategy. Those buggers are awesome. But everything must come to an end. We have to break up. You could say they're my Tyrannosaurus eggs. What's going on with ya, big dog? And it is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope your day is going phenomenal. And if it isn't, well, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. Today, I have a heavily anticipated update for Dinos, as this is one of the strongest decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! How exactly will this deck be able to adapt in this format? Don't worry though, Cali got the sauce. So in today's video, not only will I be showing you two different versions of Dinos, I'll be showing you a combo tutorial as well as budget options. Without further ado, let's jump on in. Alright, mate. When Outback Cali says that this Dino deck profile is the best deck suited for this particular format, I mean it. So much that I'm entering in the YCS Spring Cup with more details on that later, but I gotta say, even if you don't agree with this particular Dino deck profile and probably find success with other ones, you gotta admit, the basis is here to be able to beat some of the top decks. So whether you decide to carbon copy this deck or take some inspiration for it, one thing I think we gotta show is our love for dinos, and we gotta give it 5 out of 5 animadorn cards. Also, if you want to cop this mat, you can go to TheCaliEffect.com. You bet Jurassic won't be there forever, so go ahead and pick them up now. So moving on to the deck profile, because I am trying to show you some insane combos for this deck, I am not going to explain why I play cards in detail, like why I play a certain number of cards, because this is a fairly standard Dino portion of the deck. But if you want to know more about how Dinos work and their interactions with one another, not only did I make an entire stream dedicated to Dinos yesterday on Twitch, I'll leave the link down below. You can also check out any of my other deck profiles where it shows you the very basics of how Dinos work and their interactivity. But starting off with the monsters, for the Big Daddy monsters, there's 2 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, 1 Dogoran, and 1 Pankratops. Dogoran is actually really good inside of this particular format for countering Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, because if you hard open it, your opponent won't have to respond with, or have a chance to respond with Phoenix Enforcer. You just give them the Kaiju. Or if you are using Soul Eating to search, provided that you have combo in your hand anyways, your opponent is put on the spot where they have to respect the Dogoran and potentially use the Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer before they want to. Only 5 normal summons inside of this deck. That is a principal rule when deck building. You never really want more than 5, and Soul Eating and Archosaur are the best monsters to be able to get into your combo. The best combo with this deck revolves around being able to resolve both of them in one turn, which is very much possible. And then to wrap up the big dinosaur monsters, 1 copy of Misk and Giant Rex. Really wish Misk was at 3 like in Master Duel. Maybe Konami is hinting at something in the next list. Who knows? For the baby monsters, there's 3 copies of Baby Ceratosaurus and 1 copy of Petit Pteranodon. This is pretty much all you need for the dinosaur baby monsters, as they're pretty essential to being able to make the deck pop off. And then 4 copies of Lost World, 3 Lost World, and a Terraforming. Terraforming does have a little bit of versatility inside of this deck. 3 copies of Fossil Dig and 2 copies of Double Evolution Pill. That is very, very standard for the dinosaur deck. No real big changes there. One thing I do want to talk about for you budget players is Pot of Prosperity. Prosperity is an amazing Yu-Gi-Oh card for this deck because it allows you to choose what cards you want from your extra deck, which is really important, and dig deeper into your pieces. Dino isn't always the most consistent deck in Yu-Gi-Oh, so Prosperity definitely helps a ton. But if you cannot afford Pot of Prosperity, Pot of Extravagance does give you 2 free cards at the cost of not knowing what you'll banish from your extra deck, which could change your game plan. And Small World is an amazing card, but the problem with Small World is that you need a card in your hand, in order to activate its effect. One tip I'd like to say about Small World players is that if you can banish Ultimate Conductor Tyranno or Animadorn Archosaur as your second card, you can search any dinosaur monster you want from your deck to your hand. So keep that in mind if you decide to play a Small World build. Being able to banish those 2 cards as your second card with Small World is huge. Now, this particular build, there are 2 routes you guys can go to. I like the Fusion Destiny engine. And the reason why I think the Fusion Destiny engine is so powerful here is because it allows you to destroy Baby Ceratosaurus when you need to, or destroy a normal monster to protect with Lost World to destroy a baby, get your combo going. But more importantly, the benefit of this is if you do get hand trapped and you have 2 monsters on your side of the field, which is extremely easy, You make Predaplant, Vert, Anaconda, and you get a free draw 2 and special summon on your next turn, as well as a Disruption and Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer. Also, it allows you to pop off with a really cool combo that just so happens to play 2 copies of Artifact Lancia in the main board. The reason why I decided to go with Lancia over Artifact Scythe, which some people may be wondering, is because Artifact Scythe is great, but Lancia hits so many more strategies in Yu-Gi-Oh! We're getting to a point where players are starting to be heads up to Artifact Scythe and not special summon or not play decks that need a special summon from the extra deck. But Artifact Lancia is really hard to get over, as almost every single deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is completely affected by Lancia. Also, I wanted my hand traps to be super impactful. In a Dino deck, you need at least 2 cards to be able to go full combo, and in this format, you need at least 2 hand traps to be able to stop your opponent. Cards like Ash Blossom, Nibiru, Infinite Impermanence, you need a combination of those to be able to stop your opponent, and then you also need the 2 cards to be able to pop off. I felt that that wasn't as good as being able to just play blowout hand traps that say, yo, if it works, it's gonna force my opponent to pass their turn, and if it doesn't, well, it's Dino food. And Lancia seems to work more often than not. Also, there's 3 copies of Cypher and Gear Gamma and the Driver. I ran this card because this does have the most highest impact at a single disruption hand trap, and also it allows me to protect my Misk when they try to ash me from banishing from the graveyard. The last hand trap that I do play is 1 copy of Token Collector. This card is actually really nutty in this particular deck because you can use his own effect to attempt to destroy a token summon from the side of the field, and if Lost World's on the field, you can protect the token by destroying a baby Sarasaurus, allowing you to get into your combo. Lastly is 2 copies of Dark Ruler, 1 No More, 1 copy of Mystic Mine. I felt that Mystic Mine was really good in a situation that my opponent already resolved a card like Artifact Scythe on their board. I can just go ahead and Mystic Mine them and then bide my time until I get the better hand, or Lost World, or even just a turn to be able to pop off next turn. And then Call by the Grave because I hate cards like Ash Blossom against this particular deck. Now moving on to the extra deck, we're going to go ahead and breeze through it fairly quickly. Access Code, Nightmare Unicorn, Lambda, Wyvern, Dagda, Pentastag, Vert Anaconda, Secure Gardener, Link Kribo, Excited Knight, Logia, 2 copies of Dolka, Dweller, and Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer. For my prosperity targets, I would literally decide on what to banish depending on my hand sequence, but normally it is 1 copy of Dolka, Evil Storm, Excited Knight, Nightmare Unicorn. For 3. For 6, it'll probably be Pentastag, Artifact Dagda. You don't really do that combo often, but it's there just in case. The Secure Gardener, Dolka, and the Nightmare. I think that was 5 or 6. It was one of them. If not, then the Dweller, depending on if I know the matchup or not. Ultimately, this extra deck will definitely be changed if you can't afford things like Vert Anaconda and Phoenix Destroyer, but that's where this alternative version of the deck comes up, and it's actually fairly powerful. A lot of players really like the Scrap Engine, and I think that there are some inherent flaws with the Scrap Engine, but there's also inherent flaws with the Fusion Destiny engine. The problem with the Scrap Engine is that Scrap Raptor inherently requires your normal summon, which means that if you want this combo to pop off, you cannot draw the Scrap Raptor or play 3 copies of Scrap Raptor, which increases your normal summon. Remember when I said if you want to build the deck optimally, you want to play 5 normal summons? Well, this is 6 and 7 and potentially 8, meaning that there are greater chances that you'll open 2 normal summons, meaning that there's a dead card. But if that was the only problem with the Scrap Engine, now I'd probably just bite the bullet and play the 7 normal summons. But the biggest problem with the Scrap combo is that it leaves you extremely susceptible to almost every hand trap in the game. It's extremely easy to be able to stop these cards, and on top of that, being able to make the boards that Scrap Raptor and Scrap Chimera afford you aren't necessarily as good as just being able to make DPE and Dolka or DPE and Lancia my opponent, which is pretty much game over anyways. Also do hate that Scrap Chimera is literally an utter brick, a card that you don't want to see or play inside of your combo, but for the players that are on Master Duel or maybe can't afford the Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, or maybe you just want to try this out, it does have its advantages. Also supplement that with Nemesis Flag, Keystorm Corridor, and Archnemesis Escados. This is actually the bigger reason why I even like the Scrap Engine, because you can play cards like this. The 6 cards that I would strongly consider taking out for this is the Celestial, the Dasher, the 2 Fusion Destiny, and the Artifact Lancia. And this actually provides a way for you to recycle your Misk. This is searchable through Granite, and this card is just extremely good if you know what your opponent is playing, very similar to how Archnemesis Protoss was on the ban list. But some other extra deck cards to be able to supplement with that is Appaloosa Boy of the Goddess instead of Axis Code Talker. Reproductus is actually important if you want to pull off the Archnemesis Escados combo that I'll show you a little later. Gallant Granite to be able to search the Keystone Nemesis. I'm pretty sure I actually play Daggerus. I might take out the Dolka and just play the Daggerus in here because I don't summon Dolkas twice every single time anyways. Notoria Beast is easy to summon in here. Borreload Savage and Nightmare Phoenix. You can substitute any of those cards from your extra deck with any of these cards whenever you see fit, and it's whatever that fits into your budget. But let's show you these combos now. All right, big dog, this Dino deck, even at the very basis, can make some extremely good combos. Lost World plus Soul Eating is probably one of your better combos because it does prevent your opponent from hand trapping you fairly well. What you're going to do is activate Lost World and then normal summon Soul Eating. Make sure to make Lost World as Chainlink 2 and Soul Eating as Chainlink 1. With the effect of Soul Eating, you'll add Mist from your deck to your hand. And with the effect of Lost World, you'll give your opponent a token. From here, you can activate Mist, pitching it to your graveyard, and now all of your dinosaur monsters are unaffected by your opponent's card effects, and then use Soul Eating to attempt to destroy the token on your field, but you're actually going to protect it with your Lost World. Destroying Baby Sarasaurus, you're going to go ahead and activate the effect of Baby Sarasaurus to summon another baby, and then you'll banish Mist from your graveyard to be able to summon Animadorned Archosaur from your deck. Use the effect of Animadorned Archosaur to destroy your Baby Sarasaurus, to be able to add your double evolution pill, and then use your Baby Sarasaurus to be able to special summon from your deck to your side of the field Giant Rex. Now, this particular combo situation can go into a million different ways. I'm going to show you two of the most prominent that probably should be done more often than not. Let's say, for example, I know I'm playing against a deck that loves to banish. Let's say if I'm playing against Phantom Knight. I can actually put it where I can make my opponent skip their entire turn, as I know Phantom Knight is one of the decks that if they can't banish, odds are they have to pass their turn. What you can do here is link off both Linkuriboh and Giant Rex into an artifact Dagda, and then you can activate the effect of double evolution pill, banishing the Linkuriboh and the Giant Rex to be able to special summon Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to your side of the field. Then, of course, you will, you trigger the Dagda to the double evolution pill. I apologize, guys. Set your artifact Lancia right here. This would be in the graveyard, and then your Giant Rex will summon itself back to the side of the field. From here, you can use Dagda and the artifact, or the Dagda and, I can't talk right now, and the Soul Eating into your Predaplant Vert. And then Vert would summon Phoenix Enforcer by sending the appropriate materials to the graveyard, which is going to be your Celestial, Dasher, and Fusion Destiny. In this particular sequence, one thing I would recommend, because players are playing Super Polymerization a little bit more, you activate your Phoenix Enforcer to destroy your Vert Anaconda, and now you can't be Super Poly. It'll come back on your opponent's turn. So in this particular sequence, you have quite the few options right here. Ultimate Conductor Tyranno can destroy Giant Rex to disrupt your opponent, but more importantly, Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer can destroy your artifact Lancia, summoning it to the side of the field, and then you can tribute it off and your opponent cannot banish. That is huge against some of the decks that really need to banish, as not only in 2 cards you produced a solid 1 disruption with Ultimate Conductor Tyranno and a blanket you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! On the next turn, you can actually special summon and draw 2 cards, and that's why I think that the Phoenix Enforcer combo is just so amazing. But let's go ahead and show you how the combo can differ. We have Linkuriboh, Giant Rex, and Soul Eating on our side of the field. We also had a double evolution pill. This can be a lot different if you just use the Linkuriboh and the Giant Rex for a link summon right into your Predaplant Vert Anaconda, and then double evolution pill to banish both of these monsters to summon your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno in defense. Here you'd also get your Giant Rex to your side of the field, and then you use both of these monsters for an Xseed summon into your Evil Sword Dolka, or whatever rank 4 monster you want to. Sometimes Abyss Dweller actually does the exact same thing, so it really depends on what you want to do, and there's a reason why I said Dagda isn't that important. And then Vert would go ahead and finish off by special summon the Fusion Enforcer, or Phoenix Enforcer, by sending the appropriate cards. In this particular sequence, you have, of course, use that to destroy. You have Destiny Hero Phoenix Destroyer that can destroy 2 cards on the field. You have a double disruption with Dolka, and a UCT that can destroy a card on your hand and field to flip all of your opponent's monsters face down. So still 2 cards, an amazing combo. Now, I bet you're wondering, what exactly does Token Collector have to bring to the table? Well, Token Collector actually makes your 2-card combo extremely busted. I'm going to go ahead and take the exact same 2 cards. But to be honest with you, the combo is even better if you have miscellaneous Saris in hand with a baby Sarasaurus, but of course, that does leave you open to negation, but that's also why we play Side Frame Gear Gamma. From here, we're going to go ahead and start off by activating Lost World, and then normal summoning Soul Eating. Soul Eating will be Chain Link 1, Lost World will be Chain Link 2. With the effect of Soul Eating, we will add Misk from our decks to our hand, and then we will give our opponent a token. Now, since the token monster was special summoned to the side of the field, we can use the effect of Token Collector. We can summon himself to the side of the field and attempt to destroy token. We can then protect the token with Lost World. I know, right? Being able to destroy a baby Sarasaurus from our deck, and then we'll trigger the effect of baby Sarasaurus. Of course, baby will summon another baby to our side of the field. We'll go ahead and discard Misk here to prevent our dinosaur monsters from being Nibiru or whatnot. And then we'll activate Soul Eating, destroying baby to special summon baby to our side of the field, triggering baby Sarasaurus' effect. We'll special summon Animadorned Archosaur using Archosaur's effect to destroy baby Sarasaurus again. That will allow us to add from our decks to our hand that double evolution pill, but then again triggering baby Sarasaurus' effect. From here, we'll be able to special summon that giant Rex to our side of the field. And as you can see, we have quite the bit of combo sequencing to do. I can go ahead and use Animadorned Archosaur for a Link summon into my Link Kribo, and then my Giant Rex and my Link Kribo for another Link summon. I can make Artifact Dagda to my side of the field and then activate the double evolution bill. I'll banish Link Kribo and my Giant Rex to be able to special summon Ultimate Conductor Tyranno from my deck to my side of the field. And then I'll trigger the effect of Giant Rex to summon himself. Oh, and I keep forgetting the Dagda. How can I forget the Dagda? It's the reason why I summon it. I'll set the Lancia to my side of the field and have the Giant Rex. From here, I'll go ahead and use the Giant Rex and the Soul Eating for an Xseed summon. You can make any four that you want to. I'm going to go ahead and make Evil Swordolka and now Token Collector plus the Dagda into Predaplant Vert Anaconda. We'll use the effect of Vert Anaconda to summon a Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer, and this combo is actually a lot more deadly, and allow me to explain why. That token is still 100% on my opponent's side of the field. I can use Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to destroy a card in my hand and flip all my opponent's monsters face down except for the token. And while that token exists on the field, my opponent can't target me. My opponent can't use cards like Evenly Matched because they already have a token on the side of the field. But more importantly, it is still a token. So hypothetically, if I'm playing against a token deck and my opponent decides to summon another token, I can bring back out Token Collector from my graveyard, destroy all tokens on the field, but I'll protect that one with Lost World. I can send a monster like Baby Sarasaurus from my deck to my graveyard, triggering the effect of Baby Sarasaurus to be able to special summon to my side of the field a Petit Pteranodon. From here, I can even use the effect of UCT to destroy the Petit Pteranodon to flip up all my opponent's monsters face up to face down defense position. But more importantly, I'll even be able to special summon a Dino Wrestler Pankertraps, all while preventing them from getting into their token cards to be able to extend to plays. Also forgot to mention that I can use Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcers to destroy the Lancia, summon itself back to the side of the field, tribute it off, and then on my next turn, if they don't do anything, I can just summon Phoenix Enforcer, use its effect to destroy the Token Collector and the token, and then trigger the effect of Lost World, again, to protect and summon. This is the apex of dinos in this format. It makes some ridiculous combos, but for the players that are wondering what exactly can the scrap combo do, well, I got a little spice for you. One thing I do have to say is that scraps are not to be messed with. In this 2-card combo, I'm going to actually include the scrap cards. I'm actually going to include a 3rd card to show you how boss this can be, because if you just happen to open these 3 anyway to make your full combo with a Nemesis flag, it is dangerous. So we're going to go ahead and start off by normal summoning Animadorned Archosaur, destroying the baby Sarasaurus. From here, I'll be able to add from my deck to my hand that double evolution pill. And then the effect of baby Sarasaurus will activate, allowing me to special summon Soul Eating to my side of the field. Using the effect of Soul Eating, I'll add Misk from my deck to my hand. Have you guys read Misk? Well, he does a lot of crazy things. I will activate Misk here and then link off my Animadorned Archosaur into a Link Kribo. And then I will banish the Animadorned Archosaur and my Misk to be able to special summon a baby Sarasaurus to my side of the field. I'll then use the effect of Soul Eating to destroy baby Sarasaurus to summon baby Sarasaurus, which will trigger baby to be able to special summon Scrap Raptor. When you can summon Scrap Raptor in this particular sequence, it's actually a lot better than forcing yourself to hard normal summon it. That is not as great. I'll use Scrap Raptor and Link Kribo for a Link summon. I will link both of these monsters right into a Scrap Wyvern, and then use the effect of Scrap Wyvern to special summon the Scrap Raptor, destroy the Scrap Wyvern, or the Scrap Raptor, triggering the Raptor's effect to be able to gain an additional, or to be able to search, and Wyvern's effect to be able to special summon. I'll special summon another Scrap Raptor and destroy the baby Ceratosaurus, and then I'll add Scrap Chimera from my deck to my hand. That will trigger the effect of baby Ceratosaurus, allowing me to add or special summon from my deck to my side of the field. And of course, you guys should already know what card we're going to special summon here. It's 100% going to be the Giant Rex. So from here, I'll perform another Link summon with Scrap Wyvern and my Giant Rex. Some people would just go into Appaloosa and then make a Borreload Savage Dragon or something right here. But I'm going to show you how Nemesis Flag takes this further, because now I'm going to go ahead and Link summon instead into Reproducus. Also, I have multiple monsters with different types. There's a dragon, there's a dinosaur, there is a Cyburst monster. So I can banish, oh wait, I can't do none of that just yet, my apologies. I can return the Mist back into my deck, which is something I really like about this particular deck, to be able to special summon Nemesis Flag, and then use Flag's effect to get Archnemesis Escados back into my hand, which will actually set me up. But now I'll be able to banish the Wyvern, the Giant Rex, and the Link Kribo for Archnemesis Escados, triggering the effect of Rex to summon himself to the side of the field. From here, you can use the effect of Reproducus to change Archnemesis Escados into any monster type that you want. Let's say you're playing against Phantom Knights, you can go ahead and declare Warrior. Good luck with them playing Yu-Gi-Oh after that. Let's say you're going against Virtual World, call Worm, and see how they'll be able to play without being able to summon their important Worm monsters, or Psychic, whichever one you choose. You can also do the same for Sword Soul, call Worm. Good luck with that. But the more important thing about Archnemesis Escados is that it doesn't need to destroy the card on the field, because it has also in its card text, you just need to attempt to destroy it to be able to prevent your opponent from summoning it. From here, we can go ahead and link all 4 of these monsters off. We will be able to make an Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess with 4 disruptions. We can then use these 2 monsters for an Exceed summon into an Evilsaur Laga or Dalka if you want to. And then we can normal summon Scrap Chimera. Scrap Chimera can special summon the Scrap Raptor. And then you can Synchro or Exceed summon. It really doesn't matter. You can make an Abyss Dweller if you wanted to. But you can also make a Borreload Savage Dragon here, equipping the Reproducus. And then of course you can use Double Evolution Pill, banishing a dinosaur monster and a non-dinosaur monster to be able to special summon your ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Now, the reason why I actually like this particular board is that the main thing is that you got to shuffle Misk from your banished pile back into your deck, which I think is just extraordinary. But this board is a lot more scary. The only thing that I don't like about it is that you got to hit those choke points, and there's more points of interaction for your opponent. Also, being able to prevent them from banishing kind of like does what this does, which means they can't play Yu-Gi-Oh anyways. But that is all that I have for dinos inside of this current format. It is an amazingly fun deck to play. Of course, if you have your own dino text, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section, as I gotta go ahead and get ready to enter this inside of the YCS Spring Cup. As always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the next video.